Okay, so I'm going to unbox the Citadel Oracle. Sorry if you can see everything back to front. It's the Citadel, a Fantasy Oracle by Fen Inkwright. Isn't it beautiful? So I've got a bit of a precarious setup tonight with my light and my phone, which is charging. My poor phone's already fallen off the table onto the floor a few times today. Got it on the a bit of a wobbly tripod. So but yeah, okay, so this is the Citadel, and it says the Citadel is an archetype oracle deck that is steeped in the magic of fantasy literature and tabletop gaming. Each reading with the Citadel will take you on a new journey through the gleaming city, experiencing new places, new people, and most importantly, new lessons to learn. Are you ready to take the next step on your journey? Pick up your bags, open the gate, and step inside. So it's a 60-card oracle, a 60-card foiled oracle deck with guidebook, and plus a bonus guide for use with tabletop games. So I'm not altogether familiar with tabletop games, as it were. So we're just going to be focusing on the sort of divinatory purposes of this unboxing. So isn't it beautiful? You have this lovely sturdy box, and it opens here like so, and then pull it out. Can you see in there? It's got like an all-seeing eye. Isn't that amazing? And there's this beautiful sort of pen and ink drawing of a Citadel and clouds around it. There's lovely lettering. So here's the second box, the inner box. This was kind of keeping the cards safe. Isn't it beautiful? Moon and clouds, I mean, and a hare. You could just copy these illustrations, couldn't you, just for the pleasure of drawing these lovely lines. A serpent and a sword. Wow, very, very intriguing. A little bee. So here are the 60 cards, and they're quite an unusual shape. The first one is the aspirant, ambition, diligence, and setbacks. So the implication being that in order to be an aspirant and have ambition, have diligence, there needs to be setbacks, because in order to succeed you need obstacles to overcome. And this is the back of the deck. So it has this beautiful picture of a city, Citadel, and the last card that I pulled from the back is the witch. The witch in experimentation and rebellion. Oh, hey, let's go for it. Let's be experimental and rebellious. And it's got these lovely hands, and the moon phase is here as well. So before I go into looking at all of these cards individually, I'm going to have a quick look at the guidebook. I take this out first. Oops, pop. Put them down there. Okay, so this is the book, and it's got a lamp on it and a hand over it. Again, very beautiful. These beautiful roses or carnations, I'm not quite sure. Lovely floral kind of design. So here's the Citadel again. So was first published in 2023 by Liminal 11. Quite an interesting name for a publishing company. The quick reading guide is here in the first few pages, pages 4 to 7. No, I beg your pardon. Okay, I'm not quite sure how this numerical system works, but it's got 22, 24. It seems, oh, it's the page numbers, sorry. Oh, hang on. My tripod is slipping again there. I think I need to get a new one. So, Fen Inkwright is the illustrator, and it's Mark Hulme is the writer. So he designed the deck, and Fen, beg your pardon, Fen actually designed it. And Mark says, I've been creating fantastic places in my head for as long as I can remember. Some of my fondest childhood memories are of roaming my grandmother's little garden, which seemed so big at the time, with a dustbin lid as a shield and a broken broom handle sword to stand against imagined minions or evil sorcerers, recovering mystical orbs that looked strangely like my grandfather's cricket ball. As I grew older, I may have hung up the the +2 dustbin shield of Gardenia, but the love of fantasy stayed with me. Whilst I embraced my fervour for the genre in books, movies and video games, it has always been in the role-playing games that fantasy has resonated most with me, etc, etc. So he talks a lot more about fantasy literature and fantasy games. Your journey through the Citadel. Okay, so we're talking about the elements, the meanings, so there's lots of characters here. We have, I'll start from the top, the court, the aspirant, assassin, catalyst, diviner, fate, founder, heir, hound, king, poet, queen, sleeper, spy master, waker, wise one, the academy. So okay, so the court is the characters, okay, so I guess they act kind of like the court cards in tarot. The academy is kind of your would be your occupation. Sorry, should we define the word? So acolyte, alchemist, archer, astronomer, captain, cartographer, champion, enchanter, guide, orator, patron, priest, scholar, sentinel and warrior. The crowd, which is supposed to be the kind of the more common peasant kind of occupations: botanist, forgotten, gambler, hunter, merchant, miser, muse, pathless, pilgrim, sailor, shepherd, smith, thief, vengeance, the walker. And the troop is supposed to be your internal thoughts and identity: adventure, the brawler, chiromancer, danger, herald, masquerade, I'm not sure what that is, masquerade, I guess that's somebody wearing a mask, musician, painter, puppeteer, runaway, storyteller, tailor, twins, weaver, witch. How intriguing. So let's see, how do we play? How it works. In the Citadel, each card represents an archetypal character who resides in the city, such as the champion or the poet, with a short description of what the archetype encapsulates and what message they can impart to you. Similar to the character cards of the tarot, these cards describe people. They are designed to be interpreted broadly. They may not just refer to you or people in your life, but they may express aspects of a situation and help you reflect on your position, what you need and how you can proceed. Like the tarot, the Citadel Oracle is segmented into suits. Each suit represents a stratum of the Citadel society, classes that populate different areas and levels of the city. Visually, you can imagine that the Citadel is built in a series of walled circles, each one joined to the next by a myriad of stairs and gateways. Each suit, and therefore social group, expresses certain themes and imparts certain messages. Right in the centre of the Citadel, nestled among all of the other districts, is the court. Cards in this suit represent achievement and completion, yet also unbreakable bonds and a sense of ultimate responsibility. Encircling the court of the Academy, representing those who flourish in active study and ingenuity, these cards represent learning aspirations and development. And then the largest circle, the outermost district of the city, houses the crowd. People who know the value of a day's labour and the importance of family, either found or given. Cards in this suit represent hard work and necessity, as well as fulfilment and community. A final suit which moves between all parts of the city is the troupe. These cards are visitors to the Citadel, the artists and the creatives, folk who know how to mask their true desires in order to fit in with those around them. These are cards of self-expression and freedom, but also of doubt, inner turmoil, and personal identity. The Citadel is greater than the sum of its parts, and the city and you can only flourish by acknowledging and balancing the strengths and weaknesses represented by all of the suits. So that's really interesting. So there's different spreads here. I'm not sure whether you're supposed to just shuffle them all together. So you can build a character, build an encounter. Card 1, location. Card 2, NPC. And card 3, outcome. So NPC is a character that you meet in the game, I guess. The crowd, the troupe. So yeah, I mean, you can build, it's like a world building game, I guess. Okay, so let's have a go. I mean, obviously these cards they're not going to give the best reading until we know, until they've had a good shuffle. But I'm going to give it a go for the purposes of the video. I'll just draw one card, which will have some kind of significance to anybody watching this video, hopefully, and to me today. Feels like strange because the backs of them, because they are kind of mainly white cards, just with a few colours over them, are kind of like pen and ink with gold or red kind of highlighting. Or accents, I should say. It looks like I'm shuffling from the back. I don't know why it's doing that with my brain, but okay. So I do the overhand shuffle. I've been practicing the other shuffle where you kind of have a go of it. No, I'm not going to do that now. Yeah, so I've always sort of done the overhand shuffle. The kind of Las Vegas kind of shuffle. Okay, so this one is going to be something that is important to me. I've had a lot on my mind recently, so hopefully it'll be something that can give me some guidance. The Pathless. Oh, that really resonates. The Pathless. Okay. Difficult decisions and lack of direction. Yeah, that's definitely me at the moment. I really just don't know which way to turn. I feel like I've exhausted the path that I'm on, that I've been on for a while now, and I need to find something new, and there isn't much it's a kind of, there isn't much of a sense of continuity that's going on. Maybe this speaking to you too. So let's see, where is the Pathless? So the Pathless comes under the crowd, which is community and hard work, difficult decisions, lack of direction. 102. So I'm still hanging out with the plebs, the common people. That's me. The Pathless. The street is busy, alive with the shouting of voices and the sound of boots on the cobbles, but one pair of feet seems to have no destination, walking in circles, meandering and lost. This poor soul is the Pathless, who hesitated on many decisions and rushed into too many others. They are the product of indecision and misdirection, lacking confidence in themselves and trusting too much in people who would misguide them. It feels like progress on whatever you've been working towards has ground to a halt. Others might give you unsolicited advice, but you know yourself better than anyone else. Take a step back and consider a new direction, but don't keep stubbornly moving forward if it's not getting you anywhere. Reversed. Okay, so it does have reversals. Reverse, the Pathless doesn't lack direction because of stubbornness, rather because of an impulsive energy that's driving them multiple directions at once. You know what you want, but you lack the valuable experience needed to organise and plan how to actually get there. Consider that you might need a little more time before you're in the position to pursue this particular path. Okay, I'm going to draw another card, but I'm going to shuffle because the cards aren't, it's a new pack, so I don't just want to get the next card along. You have to let randomness do its thing. So what's the next step for the Pathless? You know, obviously, as a Pathless person, you're looking for a way. And yeah, it's true. I do feel like I've rushed into things that I shouldn't have done and hesitated, things that I should have, you know, taken up more quickly. Maybe it feels that way. There's definitely a lot of, you know, self-questioning, to put it nicely, at the moment going on. Okay, go again. The Tailor. Attention to detail and pride. So this is somebody who's taken pride in what they do. I guess that's about doing one thing and doing it properly instead of trying to do several things at the same time. So that's, you know, that's about focus, I guess. Okay, what page is the Tailor on? I imagine he's in the, or she is in the community as well. Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Sailor, Richman, Poor Man, Beggar Man, Thief. Oh, we've got Sailor. I can't see Tailor. Tailor is in the troop. So this is internal thoughts and identity. Attention to detail, pride. 142. Tailor. The store is dark, the walls lined with endless boxes that house a wealth of beautiful dresses and suits. At the back of the store, lit by a single lantern, a half-finished robe is stretched across a frame. Hunched before the magnificent garment, the tailor labours at this work of love, nimble fingers embroidering a spellbinding design into the silk. It is this passion and dedication that has made them so successful. but from the tremble in their fingers it seems as though it won't be long before overexertion catches up with them. Your dedication to your passions has served you well, and you're finally starting to reap the benefits of your hard work. Allow yourself to stop and take pride in what you've done, rather than throwing yourself headfirst at the next thing. It's important to acknowledge your achievements in order to understand the depths of your own abilities. And reverse, it will be some sort of imbalance in your life is making it feel as though no matter what you try, nothing makes any great difference. You're not seeing any results no matter how many hours you put in or how hard you work. Trying to force it can end up being counterproductive. Step back, focus on what's causing the imbalance, and come back to it later. Wow, that is really, really helpful. It's really kind of validating the way I've been feeling about a lot of stuff, and maybe it does to you. I'm really connecting to these cards. Isn't that great? Can you see the scissors? They're like a little bird. Isn't that beautiful? These designs are really nice. So I'm going to draw one more card just to complete the reading. The Pathless, the Tailor. So it looks like I'm very much getting lost in the details. I don't know where to go. I'm doing too many things at once and I need to step back. Okay, deep breath. The Herald. Small regrets and longing. Okay. Still not fantastic, is it? Never mind. There's always something to learn, isn't there? So the Herald is, I imagine, the Academy. Possibly. There's one thing I will say about these beautiful cards is they don't have numbers on them, so it's more difficult to use them as you would with a normal oracle with numbers. Most of them have numbers on and they're easier to find, I guess as the more you use these you'd become familiar with them pretty quickly. You get a sense of where things belonged, and if you go by the sort of the scheme of the colours, then these two cards are black backgrounds with these gold sort of accents. So the Pathless was in the community. So is this one the community too? No. The Herald is in the troop again. So we've got two troop cards, the Tailor and the Herald. Small regrets and longing, 1 to 8. Okay. The Herald. Nimble hands pluck at the strings of a lute, and fragrant smoke curls from beneath the wide brim of a hat. The Herald exudes an easy sort of charm that draws others to them as they play their tune, but beneath that smile and easy laugh, there is an undercurrent of melancholy. They think back to the day that their life changed, to the flowers on the hillsides and the hares in the grass, the guard waiting in ambush. Would their fate have been different had they been taken? Would their fate have been different had they taken a different path back then, or would it still have turned out the same way? It's easy to get caught up in the what-ifs, but if you go forward holding on to all of those little regrets, you're going to miss out on the pleasures of the moment. Be your own herald of change and bring something new and more positive into your life. Don't let the force of your own feelings separate you from finding joy in the path you're on now. Reversed. Spite is a powerful motivator in a moment when your motivation may be flagging. Think of those who doubted you and use the satisfaction of proving them wrong to get you where you need to go. once you're there, don't forget to release those feelings again. Okay, so it's about regrets, it's about wishing we'd done things differently or gone a different way. And in a kind of reversed sense, we use that energy to say, you know, well, I'll show you, kind of thing, and to do it and to prove that you're good enough, to prove that, you know, prove to yourself, I think, more than anything else. I'm not entirely sure what the connection is between a musician playing a lute who has an easy charm. I guess it's showing somebody whose life is okay, seems okay, and functions okay, but they have a kind of another side to them where they could have been something more. Maybe their potential is a bit wasted, I guess. I think that's the message of the card in terms of the character. I don't know. But what I see is a pathless person who is a little bit lost, who's been working so hard trying to accomplish something and make everything come together into a direction, into this path, because they don't really have a path. They don't really know who they are themselves. And I guess that's what the Herald is saying here, you know. He doesn't really know. They don't know who they really are. They wonder how much of what's happened to them is just a result of circumstance, the way things have, the way the wind has sort of blown, the events that have happened in their life. You know, things are okay. They have a good life, but it's still kind of, it's been determined by things that happened and things that could have worked out better for them, that perhaps maybe were out of their control. The pathless person doesn't necessarily have a sense of direction, but the Herald has kind of taken a direction and maybe thought better of it. And the Tailor in the middle is trying to bring it all together. So, you know, we can do the 3-card reading in various ways. We can say this is the problem. The person is pathless, doesn't know which way to go. The solution is to try and, you know, make it something from, try and weave a tapestry of life from this, you know, but stand back and instead of trying to kind of find your way, appreciate your skills and your talents, appreciate what you can do, have a rest, have a break, step back, admire the work you've done. Don't just keep running around in circles. And the result would be somebody who's moved forward anyway. They've moved forward despite things not being perfect. They just kind of had to let go of the things not being the way that they would have liked them to be, and then move into a new kind of a new direction. But they haven't totally found the golden answer as such. Or we can look at this as, you know, the central card is the theme. So the theme is the Tailor, somebody who's trying to, is working very hard, using their skills and their talents to build something, but they're tired and they need to step back and appreciate, you know, what their strengths, rather than just driving themselves on and on through the night, burning the midnight oil. They need a bit of a rest because it's becoming a bit pointless. What are they doing it for? So this is what we sort of let go, and this is what we hold on to. So we let go of being pathless, and we just take a path. We take a path and we move forward. Stop trying to be too perfectionist. Maybe I'm just being too perfectionist about things. Or we can do it in, this is the theme, is the Tailor. This is the gift that the world gives to you. Saying if the world gives you a gift of pathlessness, then you have a kind of freedom, don't you? You don't really know where you're going to be. You're free. You're free to find out who you are, where you are. Sometimes we need to get a little bit lost to find ourselves. And the Herald, the Herald is what the world is expecting us to give back in return. So this is this moving forward sort of energy, this moving forward despite things not being the way that you would have liked them to be, not being perfect, and there's a sadness there, but you're going to just carry on anyway and just accept things the way they are instead of being sort of perfectionist. I think that's the message here. Stop wanting everything to be perfect. There isn't a grand sort of answer here. Okay, so that is my little foray into the Citadel. This is my unboxing and a small reading I've done. They're absolutely beautiful. I'm looking forward to getting to know them a bit more, and it's definitely given me a lot to ponder, these cards, and I'm going to be Googling the meaning of a herald. I mean, I know what a herald is. I thought a herald was somebody who, a sign. It's somebody who brings news, I guess, like some kind of bard. But it's also a storyteller, somebody who's learned lessons. So yeah, I'm going to go and Google that and see if I can get any more information that might deepen that understanding of that card. Or maybe the card is that the meaning is just particular to this particular oracle. But beautiful illustrations anyway. Okay, thank you very much for watching my unboxing of the Citadel. Let me know if you'd like me to draw a card for you in the comments, or if you want to know a little bit more about this beautiful deck. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.